Hey guys, Sleepy here and welcome to a new collection video. Today I'm going to share with you guys my PlayStation Portable Collection, or as most people know it by PSP. It's a console that I absolutely love. I currently own 174 titles for the PSP, and every single one of those are games I actually have either played or I intend to play. I do not collect any filler titles for PSP. I'm not going for a complete PSP collection, so you're not going to see any Barbie's Adventure games in here or any game that I don't like. I do like sports games. I do play football games. I do play basketball games. So I do have a few sports titles for the PSP, but they're games that I actually want to play. So you won't find any filler titles in here. No Barbie's Adventures or Franklin the Turtle or little kids cooking game, whatever that is. You're not going to find any filler in my collection because I only collect what I'm actually going to play. So you guys will see the games I have in my collection, which I have a wide variety of taste, of genre, so you guys will see that as a mixture of all kinds of different games. And I'm still working on getting games for my PSP collection. Now you will see a couple of doubles. A couple of times there's, my brother's donated games to my collection that he no longer wanted that I already had, so I have an extra double. But there are times too where some of these games can actually be played multiplayer with more than one PSP, because I actually own two PSPs right now. And when my brother comes up, him and I like to play some of these games co-op, and that's why I own more than one copy. And there's actually one game that I have 3 copies of, because you can actually play it with up to 4 people, and I have a buddy here locally who still has a PSP, and sometimes he'll come over with my brother, and the 3 of us will play this game co-op together. So that's why I have 3 of those. So you will see a couple of doubles. This should be my entire collection, but there may be a title or 2 that are missing, that got packed up and put away. But this is a bulk of my PSP collection, and I wanted to share with you guys as I have had requests to do updated collection videos, and I don't think I ever filmed a PSP collection video yet, so I'm going to share with you guys my PSP collection. I definitely hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you see some titles you guys really liked. If there's a title you think that I'm missing that you think I would love, let me know. I'm always looking for recommendations of new games to check out, so let me know your guys' recommendations, and I'll research the game, and I might add it to my collection. So I hope you guys enjoy. We'll get started here in just a moment. Alright guys, we're going to take a look at my PSP collection. I always like to give you guys an overview of how the games all stack up here. So these are in stacks of 11 each, and then I have one extra odd one that's up there on the top. And as always, we'll go through it title by title, and some of them I will mention things about that I like about them. So we'll start off here with Mortal Kombat Unchained. I have not got a chance to play this one, but this one is related to Mortal Kombat Deception, but it's the PSP version, so I definitely want to check it out and see how it is. Looked really cool. This is a Joan to Art game, an RPG that has gotten really expensive. I got it for a great price, so looking forward to eventually playing through that. Astanosia Story, another RPG adventure game that I got cheap that I'm looking forward to checking out. Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles. This game is amazing. It has it has Castlevania Rondo of Blood, which was an exclusive to Japan, and also has Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Both of them ported for the PSP. This game has become very expensive and very desirable. Love having that collection. I got it years ago for really cheap. Very cool. A newer game that I had actually started playing last year, the beginning of the year. It's been about a year now since I played it. I need to resume it. It's called Kingdom of Paradise. This was a cool game. Sid Meier's Pirates. Need for Speed Underground Rivals, which I do love. Need for Speed, one of my absolute favorite racing series of all time, and I wanted to get all the PSP ones. I'm pretty sure I have them all, so you guys will see quite a few here, as these are nice little companion pieces to the main series, so I'm looking forward to checking those out. So we got that. Dead to Rights Reckoning. Have not played this yet, but I love the Dead to Rights game. I've played through all of them and beat them, but I have not beat this PSP one, so I'm looking forward to checking it out because it does look fun. Have this Steel Horizon. It's like a Navy game with battling with ships and planes. It just kind of looked kind of neat, so I wanted to check that out. I've got Field Commander, another interesting little military game. Crazy Taxi, Fair Wars, which I love. Crazy Taxi series. It's so awesome. I remember playing it originally on the Dreamcast, so there is this Crazy Taxi Fair Wars on the PSP. So looking forward to checking out and see how that is. Next up we have Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max, which I love Street Fighter 3 on the original PlayStation, so this is a PSP port, and I think it has extra stuff on it that maybe the other version didn't have. Love Street Fighter, so looking forward to playing that fighting game. We have Ford, Racing Off-Road. There's another Need for Speed Carbon, Own the City. Here is KO Challengers, which this is basically, I think, KO 2 that was released on the consoles, but they just renamed it to Challengers on the PSP, so I want to look forward to checking that out. This is Worms 2 Open Warfare. Those Worms games are really fun. You have a little unique aspect to it, and the really weird Worms, really cool games. I have Iron Man, which I beat on Xbox 360, and I really enjoyed it. I also got the sequel, Iron Man 2. Here is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which I do want to get more into the Kingdom Hearts series. My wife is actually getting into it, and so I picked this up for her and I to try out. Really cool series. Innocent Life, a futuristic Harvest Moon. This just looked really cool because I do like a Harvest Moon, and this game looked really interesting, so I wanted to check that out. Got Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, which I love Assassin's Creed, and I did not ever play this PSP version, so really cool that they have a portable Assassin's Creed game, so I want to check that out. And then I also got this game called The Con. It just looked interesting from the back, so I'll have to look into seeing how that game is. Next up we have Amazing Allies Edition of Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which I played this on the Xbox 360. It's an awesome Spider-Man game. If you love Spider-Man, definitely pick it up and play it. Got Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is an amazing game, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which I beat both of them on the 360, but now I want to beat them on PSP. Midway Arcade Treasures Extended Play has a bunch of classic arcade games that you can play portably, which is great. G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra. Obscure, The Aftermath, a horror game, which I love horror games. Never played it, so this one's definitely on the list to play. Sega Rally Revo, awesome Sega Rally game. Flat Out Head On, another sweet car game. X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I beat this on the Xbox 360, and then I've been working on beating on PS2, but I also want to play it on PSP, because usually the portable versions are a little different than the console ports, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Got Splinter Cell Essentials, another game I've never played before. I love the main series, so I would look forward to checking out and seeing how this is. This was given to me by a buddy. This is Retro City Rampage DX, just an empty case, but I did buy the digital copy for PSP and PlayStation 4, I think it plays on. So I have that. So he gave me the case for it, which is just a little collectible case that they gave you, which is kind of cool. We have Spider-Man 2, Coded Arms Contagion, and the original Coded Arms. This is a really cool first-person shooter that has a unique control aspect, since there are no it's not two dual analog sticks on the PSP. It does control unique and has a good story. People recommend it, so I got both of those. Medieval Resurrection. This is a great series, and now I've got the PSP port. Fat Princess Fistful of Cake. This was recommended to me by a buddy, and also by my buddy at the game store. Said it's a really fun game that I should check out, so I got that. Ford Bold Move Street Racing. MX vs. ATV Reflex. San Francisco Rush game, which is actually still brand new and sealed. I got it for really cheap, so that's cool. Eventually open that to play. Burnout Dominator, which I love the Burnout series. Here's Monster Jam Path of Destruction. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from that newer animated series that they had released years ago. I did play the console port of it and loved it and beat it, so now I've got the PSP port to see if it's any different or not. Move on to our next stack here. I've got Rengoku, the Tower of Purgatory, which I heard good things about this game, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Tekken Dark Resurrection. I love fighting games, so I have a new Tekken to check out. Warhammer 40,000 Squad Command, which I'm real big into the Warhammer 40,000 universe, so I'm glad that I have this game. You can actually play multiplayer on it, so I actually have 2 copies. I got another one for my buddy, so we can actually play that co-op if I would like to. We've got Samurai Showdown Anthology. Has a lot of the classic Samurai Showdown games from the arcade. Those are awesome. This is Silent Hill The Experience, which has different like comic books and different things with the Silent Hill lore and stuff. Really fun to explore. My buddy had it, and I'm glad that I finally got it for a cheap price because it's getting really expensive. Anything Silent Hill nowadays is crazy. Another one of the Monster Jam games, Urban Assault. I actually have 2 of those. I think I got one from my brother, and then I bought one not realizing I already had it. I do love Lego games, so I've got Lego Indiana Jones 2, and the first Lego Indiana Jones, and Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, which I love those Lego games. They're always fun, especially the older ones. Before they had voice acting in them, they just had mumbling. And it's funny, the characters would go, and it was always just fun, and just a nice little family game. I used to play them with my son when he was younger because it was a safe game to play, where you didn't have to worry about violence or blood or sex scenes or anything like that. So definitely a safe game to play for everyone. Next up, we've got Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology. Just looked like a cool little RPG game, which I love RPGs, so I got that. Ghost Recon 2, Advanced Warfighter. Exit, Speed, Strategy, and Survival. My brother gave this to me. Don't know a whole lot about it, but I would like to check it out. I love the MotorStorm series on PlayStation 3, so I've got the PSP port here of Arctic Edge, which I love these games, so looking forward to checking that out. My brother gave me his copy of NBA 10, The Inside, which I do love basketball games, so this is one I'll actually play. Though I do prefer the NBA 2K series, but I'm willing to play other ones. This is Wipeout Pulse, a great racing game. Hot Shots Tennis, Get a Grip, a great tennis game. I love the Hot Shots series because they aren't like serious games. They're kind of like, like Mario Party type of games, where there's some silly things into it and unique characters. Really cool games, though. Afterburner, Black Falcon. I do love my flight simulator and combat type games, so I had to have a couple for the PSP, so I got that. Hellboy, The Science of Evil, which I've played this on the Xbox 360. I really loved it, so now I've got the PSP port because it is a little bit different. Fading Shadows, I had this recommended to me by a buddy, so I'm looking forward to checking out. It has a unique style of action-packed puzzle gameplay, so I'm looking forward to that. Metal Gear Acid, which I got from my brother, one I look forward to checking out. One we have up on the top here is called Valhalla Knights, which is another cool action RPG game. Great game, looking forward to playing that. Lemmings, a classic little puzzle game. Here is Hakukai, Warriors of the Shinsanumi. Probably butchered that, but I've got that game. It is sealed. My brother donated it to me. I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'll have to research it more, but it does look pretty cool. Now getting to some of my favorite games here, like Dungeon Explorer, Warriors of Ancient Arts. These are those isometric top-down action RPGs I love. I've got that. Untold Legends, The Warrior Code. Another one of those games that I love that can be played with 4 players. So I've got 1 and 2 of those, so I can play that with my brother or buddy. When he comes over, I've also got Untold Legends, Brotherhood of the Blade, which is related to this series. Another one of those isometric action RPGs. You can play up to 4 players. I actually own 3 copies of that game, so my brother, my friend, and I can all play this together co-op. Warriors of the Lost Empire, another action-adventure game. Looks really cool. I've got that. Dungeon Siege, Throne of Agony is also one that you can play co-op, so I've got 2 of those. Move down here and get this next stack for you guys. I've got Avatar the game, which I played this on Xbox 360 and beat it. Really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Really did like the movie as well, and I do know there's an Avatar 2 coming out, so I would like to check out this PSP one and see how different it is from the console. I've got an Indiana Jones game, Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, which I've enjoyed the previous Indiana Jones games that I've had, and I've never played this one, so I thought, hey, let's check out the PSP version. Ape Escape on the Loose. I love the Ape Escape game since I played the first one on the original PlayStation. So when I saw that there were some PSP ones, it's just really cool. So I've got Ape Escape on the Loose, and I don't care if it's greatest hits. I know some people like, oh, I only gotta have Black Label. I can't have greatest hits. I don't give a shit about that. Like, it's still the same game. It's fun. I love it. So I'm glad I've got that. And I've also got Ape Escape Academy. So looking forward to playing through both of these because I've never played them before. And this one is a unique one because I think you might play like mini games and play as the actual apes themselves instead of capturing them. So I'll have to check that one out. We have WTF as a work time fun, like a little collection of puzzles and unique games. Kind of reminds me of those WarioWare games. Here's Every Extend Extra from the makers of Luminines. It's like a puzzle game. My brother gave me that. He also gave me Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus. Have not played this one, but I've heard good things about it, so I'll have to check it out. I also have Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, the first one. So we've got that. Another one donated by my brother. Have Ghostbusters, the video game. I do plan to play through this, as I want to beat this Ghostbuster video game in every format there is. I've got it on all the consoles and now all the handheld ports, so this is the one that's on the list to play through. I really love the story, so I want to beat it on PSP. And then I have Medal of Honor Heroes 1 and 2, which I love Medal of Honor games. I've never played it on PSP, so I picked up the 2 that they had, so looking forward to that. Next up, we got some Lord of the Rings games. I love Lord of the Rings, one of my favorite trilogy of movies. So I've got Lord of the Ring Tactics, so a tactical RPG game. I've also got Lord of the Rings Aragorn's Quest, a little adventure game that I'm looking forward to trying out. I have Mod Nation Racers. That's a fun racing game. I love Transformers and the movies and the games, so they're really cool. So we got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and Transformers the game. I have Midnight Club LA Remix. I actually have 2 cases, but one of them, it might be this one. Let me see. Yeah, it's actually Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. It was just in an LA Remix case, so I have to get a new case for that or print it up. But I've got that. And then I've got the actual Midnight Club LA Remix. And then we've got Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. This game has become very expensive on PSP. I really wish they would have added this to that Grand Theft Auto collection they released on Xbox One and PS4 and the new consoles. Maybe in the future they will, but they're really cool companion pieces. They also got ports to PS2, which are also becoming expensive now. So I've actually got 2 copies of that. One that I bought and one my brother donated, so I printed out a cover for it because it was just the UMD alone. I have God of War Chains of Olympus, awesome God of War game on your PSP, and then God of War Ghosts of Sparta. Both of those are awesome. I played through and beat them. Great games. You should definitely play them if you have not and you're a fan of God of War. This is the Simpsons game. Now, I loved it on the Xbox 360, and so now I wanted to play the PSP port to see if it's a little bit different game, because like I said, they usually are, so I've got that. Now we're getting into some of my other games I really love, like Star Trek Tactical Assault. It was really cool. I did not know there was a Star Trek game on PSP, so I had to add that to my collection. And then they have a bunch of wonderful Star Wars titles on PSP that I absolutely love. So we've got Star Wars Lethal Alliance. I heard really good things about that. I have not played it. Star Wars The Clone Wars Republic Heroes. I played on 360. Great game. We have Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. I love the Battlefront games, and this one is amazing. I actually have 2 copies of that because you can play it co-op. Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. Great game. Star Wars Battlefront 2. We also have some of the Lego Star Wars. So Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. And Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, which is cool because I've not played that one. And they even ported Star Wars The Force Unleashed on PSP, which I beat this on the 360 more than once. So I'm going to go through and play on the PSP and see if it might be a little different. Next up here, guys, let's move over. We've got Dungeons & Dragons Tactics. So I love the Dungeons & Dragons universe. And this is another one of those tactical RPG games that I've played a little bit of. Really cool. Deadhead Fred. This just looked cool. I just saw it at the store. It was priced cheap and just looked really cool. So kind of cheesy. Looking forward to that. Lords of Arcana. Or Arcana. This just looked really awesome. So I want to play that out. Looks sweet. I love the ATV game, so I got ATV Off-Road Fury Pro. I've got ATV Off-Road Fury Blazing Trails. MX versus ATV on the Edge. There's also a Need for Speed. It was just UMD only, so I printed a cover here. It's Need for Speed Most Wanted 510. Pretty neat. There's a Resistance game, too, on the PSP, which is sweet, because it goes along with the PS3 games, so Resistance Retribution. Really happy to have that. There is a sequel on the PS Vita, but it's really expensive, so I hope to get that someday. I have a Jak and Daxter game, The Lost Frontier, which I love those games. And then I have 2 copies of Daxter, one I bought, and then one my brother gave to me, so I just have an extra copy of that. Let's move on to the next section here. We have Gran Turismo I love, so there's a PSP version, had to have that. Monster Hunter 2 Freedom. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, another MX vs. ATV Untamed, Hot Shots Golf 2 Open Tee Golf, some games that I love the Dynasty Warriors series, so I've got Warriors Orochi 2, Warriors Orochi 1, Dynasty Warriors Volume 2, Dynasty Warriors 1, and then I also have Samurai Warriors State of War. They're really good companion pieces to the main series, as they do control a little bit different, have different stories and stuff. Definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of those Warriors series like I am. Love them. And then I also have this Gungar game, which is brand new and sealed. It was donated to me by my brother. He bought it and just never got to it. Looks kind of cool, so eventually we'll open that and play it. Getting to the last few stacks here. I have X-Men Legends 2, which I love on the original Xbox. Dragonair's Aria. This just looked really cool. It was recommended when I was at the store. Got to play that. These next two games are RPGs that were given to me by my brother. He donated them. I've got the Legends of Heroes, A Tale of Vermilion. I actually got really far in this game and then forgot about it and never played it, so I need to resume it. It's a classic RPG that I love. My brother also gave me the sequel to it. There is a third one. So this is the Legends of Hero 2 Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch, but the third one is very, very expensive, so I don't know if I'll ever get it. Even both of these are kind of expensive, so I'm glad to have that. Killzone Liberation. I love the Killzone series on PS2 and PS3, PS4. Now I've got the PSP port, and there's also one on the PS Vita, but it's really expensive, so hopefully I can get that. Metal Slug Anthology has a bunch of classic Metal Slug games you can play on the go. Pursuit Force is a unique police game that's on the PSP. There's also a sequel to that. I have some of the SOCOM games, so I got SOCOM Tactical Strike, SOCOM US Navy SEALs, Fireteam Bravo, Fireteam Bravo 2, and Fireteam Bravo 3. So a trilogy of SOCOM games, which I love SOCOM games, you know, classic PlayStation exclusive titles that you should definitely check out if you're a fan of SOCOM. Recommend the PSP ports, they're fun. I also got a Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Predator, which I love the Ghost Recon games, and I never played this Predator, so I'm happy with that. Have Secret Agent Clank, which I love the Ratchet and Clank games. They actually did get a PS2 port of this game, so you just play as Clank, which is cool. There's also Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. I actually have two versions of it, the Greatest Hits and then a Black Label one. I think it was either donated to me or I accidentally bought an extra copy of it, but either way, fun game. Glad to have that. I have Prince of Persia Rival Swords, which is cool that there are some portable Prince of Persia games. I love that series, cannot get enough of them. And then I also found Prince of Persia Revelations, so very cool. I have a Call of Duty game. I love Call of Duty, so here's Call of Duty Roads to Victory. Scarface. This does play different from the Scarface on the Xbox and PS2. It's a little bit different gameplay, but I still love the movie, and this looked awesome, so I had to have that in my collection. I also have Miami Vice, the game. I know my buddy Dean's a huge fan of the Miami Vice series, so they have a game for it, so which is really cool. Too bad it's not on consoles. Super Collapse 3 and Beowulf the game, which I did enjoy that on the 360. Down to our last two stacks, another racing game, Juiced Eliminator, very cool racing game. Final Fantasy Tactics. This is Final Fantasy 2, which I actually have two copies. One is a legit copy, and one I printed out the cover for because I had a loose one of that. Final Fantasy 1, and then here's Final Fantasy 4, the complete collection. Silent Hill Origins. Love this game. I beat it on PSP a bunch of times. I beat it on PS2. This has become extremely expensive. My local game stores sell this on PSP for $180, and they want like $250 for the PS2 version. Just crazy how much the price of these have gone up because of the pandemic. Here's Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I have it on the PSP and the Wii. Another game that's super expensive. So glad I have it, and I got it back when it was cheap. Gangs of London, my brother gave to me. Just looked interesting, so I want to check that out. And then this is Capcom's Classic Collection Reloaded. It has classic Capcom games on it. And then there's a game called Infected that I got from Half Price Books. A little zombie game that just looked really cool. And now, guys, we will move on to our final stack of PSP games. We got Ridge Racer. I love the Ridge Racer series, and this one on PSP is very fun. Test Drive Unlimited. This game is on the 360, the PS3. It's on this PSP. There's all kinds of different ports of it. Computer. Wonderful series. Awesome on the PSP. Highly recommend it. Burnout Legends, love the Burnout series, another good one. Here's Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, which is unique to PSP and the Nintendo DS or 3DS. I think it's the regular DS. Brother gave it to me, he beat it, he said it was amazing, I gotta have it, so he gave it to me so I can check that out. This is actually not a movie, actually not, these two here are actually not PSP games, they're actually movies. They released UMD video movies on the PSP. I only own two, so I have original Ghostbusters and then Spawn. I got those for cheap, pretty cool. Forgot about those being in the stacks, but that's okay. Rainbow Islands, Evolution, which is a little Rainbow Islands game, pretty cool. Siphon Filter, Dark Mirror. I love the Siphon Filter series since I played the original one on PlayStation 1. I've got the PSP port to check out. And then there's also Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow. So I'm looking forward to checking out both of those. Adventures to Go, a Natsume title, just looked really fun. And the final title here is a game 300 based on the movie, which this is 300 March to Glory. I played this on the PSP when my brother bought it because he bought my PSP, and then he eventually donated it to my collection after he beat it. Really cool. I love the movie, and the game is awesome. So there you guys go. I'll stand up here and give you guys another overview of the PSP collection. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know if you guys saw any titles that you really loved. If there's any titles you think I should pick up, like, hey man, you need this in your PSP collection, let me know, as I'm always looking for new games to check out. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that look at my PSP collection. Like I said, I do not own any titles that are junk. There's no filler. You didn't find any Barbie titles or My Little Ponies or whatever crazy kids games that they made for PSP. I literally only collect games I intend to play. I have 174 of them, and I intend to beat every single one of them. Some of them I have already beat, but I do plan to play and beat all of them. So for handheld systems, I only ever collect games I want to actually play. No junk or anything like that. If it's a title that I'm not liking, I actually will get rid of it. Hope you guys enjoyed that look at my PSP collection. If you guys have a PSP collection video up, I'd love to check it out. Let me know about it, and I'll check it out. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see ya next time.